Welcome to the Developing Dad Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, support. Links in the description. Let's get right into this.
Those of y'all who are from the suburbs, those of y'all that come from a gated community, those of you who live out yonder, you ain't gonna understand this example. But when I used to live with my grandmother in the projects of New York, y'all ain't saying nothing. I discovered something that roaches only start running when you turn the lights on. As long as the lights are out, they gonna be comfortable eating your cereal. Y'all ain't saying nothing, climbing in your cupboard. But when you turn the light on, all of the roaches gotta start moving. I came to give a warning. Elon Musk, the light is getting ready to come on. Donald Trump, the light is getting ready to come on. JD Vance, the light is getting ready to come on. MAGA, the light is getting ready to come on. Welcome, because the roaches will check in, but they won't check out. The lights are coming on.
All right, the level of self-own in this is astounding. First of all, you got roaches. Y'all ain't clean. You generally don't have roaches when you pick up after yourself and you're not trifling. Is it a necessity that you have roaches in the projects? You might see, if you're living around other people, you might see them because they might have them. You might see them outside. But if you keep your area clean, wouldn't you not have roaches? And what you're saying, oh goodness, is that the Republicans are roaches, right? So they're eating up stuff. If we're going to take the analogy further, and this is always difficult because, if you take the analogy too far, it becomes absurd. But if America was clean, there would be no opportunity for the roaches to come in and, right? So America got dirty some kind of way, some which way, right? Who dirtied it up in the past 12 years? Because Donald J's only been president for 4 of the past 16. So what happened in the other 12? Why weren't we cleaned up during Obama's presidency and Joe Biden's presidency, which was essentially Obama's third term? Y'all, the level of self, and then the fact that he's calling other humans, he calls all of us roaches. Anybody apparently that voted Republican, MAGA, right? We go check in, but the lights are coming on. We might check in, but we ain't gonna check out. You calling 70 plus million people roaches, essentially. But gonna have the nerve again to want to say that we're the divisive ones. I think we can see that there's division on both sides, but this man is an absolute joke. Okay, and
those of y'all who are from the suburbs,
we're gonna use this as an opportunity. Okay, we're gonna use this as an opportunity to call to some biblical principles here, because this is supposedly a pastor on the Lord's Day on Sunday preaching a sermon. You notice the hoop, right? Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't me. You just at this point you just can't make this up, right?
You can't make this up.
You just can't. He self-owning roaches. I mean, he just so
dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
For real, right? For real. And this is insane because we just keep on coming back to these shyster pastors who have the black community wrapped around their fingers. You don't believe me? Okay, well, before we go to that, let's do this. We're going to go here. All right, because we had another video lined up. All right, let's do this. With another video where he calls us roaches, but he's been doing this boycott, right? So this was the Target boycott. All right, so let's listen into what happens after that.
Share of Target stock closed at $138.
Yes.
We should also mention that soon after the We Are Somebody boycott led by Nina Turner and Tamika Mallory started.
Yes.
But the day your boycott began, it closed at $116.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, it closed at $93 per share. Again, we mentioned the other factors. How much do you think a boycott influenced that?
Oh, greatly. Everywhere you go, you're seeing a great pullback of people nationally who are saying, I'm not doing it. And I want to note It is not just black people who are participating, but people who are sympathizers saying the country's moving in the wrong direction. 2 different protests are happening in America at the same time, Tesla and Target. And the majority of people not driving Teslas.
True.
But Target is in their zip code. And so you're seeing the same impact. But this time we're protesting through our pocketbooks.
Talk about delusional. Okay. So the stock market dips. Let's look at the numbers. I mean, this is the level of stupidity. I hate the cadence with which he's speaking. I think it's contrived and unnecessary. And if you hear somebody talk, there are plenty of preachers out here who try to sound educated. This is so... I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, you see Target here announces DEI changes, stock goes up. All right, then it starts going down. It's going down, right? Oh, this is the start of the Target fast. It was already trending downward. It no noticeable increases after this date, and then it just continues the same trajectory, and then the tariff announcement hits, and then it goes down and comes back up and then comes back up. He's trying to take credit. This is a blip on the radar. This is actually since the election, the stock price has been, because of all the volatility and everything that's been happening, this, to take credit for this as a major reason why, just shows a lack of intelligence on his part. And again, we should expect that he's not that bright. He's bright enough to take advantage of a lot of dumb people. Let's just say that. He's been grifting off of black people for years, and he's been using women as his, continued support system for his, I guess, rise. I don't know. It's just, this man is lacks eggplant control. He is completely unqualified for his position, but he wants to take credit. He's an activist, right? And we see that all of these guys are essentially high budget Martin Luther Kings. And what do I mean by that? High budget meaning that they're making more money than he made, but they're trying to use the same playbook. They're trying to speak the same way that he spoke, be social justice activists, right? You got the same situation going on with Al Sharpton, Jamal Bryant. Now we got the new one, Dominique Alexander, Crump. Whether you're a lawyer or a preacher, those are the grifts. You find your way into the public, or the black public consciousness as a defender of blackness, and then you make your name doing it. And these men are sickening because they're the ones getting rich off of this. They don't think about the black people at Target who actually could be laid off because of the boycott. No, they don't think about that. They don't think about the hundreds of thousands of people that Target employs that are black. They don't care about that. Those people can suffer. Why? Because those people aren't their concern. Their concern is raising their profile amongst black people as a defender of blackness. What the largest defense of blackness is making sure that black people are employed and can pay their bills. But no, they want your money because, again, they're just like that. They're just like these women.
I just want some money.
That's all Jamal wants. He just wants some money. That's it. That's what he's doing this for. He's doing this to raise his public profile amongst black people, right? So you get this, what is this? Opening up a black market after the 40-day Target fast. They're going to go after all of these other places, but it's going to talk about 10 consecutive weeks. Foot traffic at Target has decreased and his stock has dropped. Correlation, causation much? Again, you saw the numbers. The other guy mentioned all the factors. And they think it's because the blackity blacks decided that they don't want to shop at Target anymore. Man, miss me with that garbage. These people are absolutely insane. And then this is the previous interview on the Breakfast Club. What he gives his reasons why, and that's a much longer video. I've covered it in another video. But he says the reason why they chose them for the 40-day fast was that Target is headquarters in the same city as George Floyd's murder. They pledged to invest $2 billion into black businesses to start December 2025 and dishonored it once Trump came in. Blacks spend $12 million a day in Target. Target is on 27 college campuses. However, 0 are HBCUs. Target has a 400,000 black people on their payroll. The loss of that capital could invoke change, but we need to be united for that. And again, no, I'm not uniting with Jamal Bryant. So with Jamal Bryant's self, I'm not gonna do this. Let's talk. Let's go. Let's do this last thing. We're gonna finish it up right here. This man is unqualified, above reproach. He's not that. Husband of one wife. He likes the hot eggplant all over the place. Sober-minded? No. Self-controlled? No, because he doesn't control his eggplant. Respectable? Absolutely not. Hospitable? I don't know about that. Whatever. Able to teach? No, because he is a horrible expositor of the scriptures. Not a drunkard. Don't know about his business like that. Not violent but gentle. Not quarrelsome. Very quarrelsome. Not a lover of money. XXX. Manage his household well. I don't know about him and his children, but again, you see that he doesn't have these qualities, right? He doesn't have these qualities. Puffed up with conceit. This man is not qualified for the position that he holds. We need to be willing to call this out. He's not upright, holy, disciplined. Must hold firm to the trustworthy word as taught. No, he is very arrogant. Full of himself, peacocking, all about looks. Man, again, until black people are willing to call this stuff out in mass, I don't want to hear anything from black preachers that want to call out social justice nonsense, but aren't calling him out. If you're going to do both, great. I still disagree with the social justice stuff, but at least be even-handed enough to call out ninjas like this who are in the pulpit milking the people for all they're worth. Man, till next time, be on the alert, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. See y'all around.